Slaves were taught that white people were nothing but low down, dirty, hateful demons, devils, and the worst that you could think of in relationship to humankind. That's what slaves were taught about white people. Tricking it, and who could use trickery by giving you some crumbs, giving some people crumbs, and make them think that everything was all right. Now, white people were taught that the slaves were animals. They had no sense of human decency. They didn't even really supposed to be here except to do one thing, and that's to serve their needs. That's what they were taught. I mean, it goes deeper than that, but basically that's what it was. That's the message they got. One saying these are not people. Others saying these are not people. These are devils. Now, what's going to change that? What's going to change that? You think the standing up on the slave side, going to the slave master, saying you are what I just got through describing? That's not going to change that. Dr. King, for those of us who've been living since the baby boomer days, tried that. And we're just as bad now as it ever was. Say it again. Dr. King and his dream, and all the people that gave their lives and struggled to wake up the slave master, didn't do it. In fact, the slave master just dug in. Now, what has the other side, the slave master, done to embrace the slave? Not one darn thing. You say, well, we opened up the schools. Let me repeat it. You haven't done one darn thing. Well, we laugh and talk together. You haven't done one darn thing. So what is it going to take for a person who's been taught that these groups are not humans to change their mind? In order for them to change their mind, they're going to be put in a situation where they are going to have to be treated as inhuman. That'll wake them up. And what would it take for the slaves to change their mind about the slave master? I don't know. Because if somebody calling you pain, you're just going to have to turn your back on them and go to God. Now, it seems like the answer that I'm going to give you is not what you want. But it's the only answer I can come up with. Here again, the whole of humanity, all here on the earth, is nothing but a school. It's better than any school we ever thought of. It is a school of nature. And it is to teach people love out of hate. Love out of hate. So blacks and whites and everybody are going to have to experience all kinds of hate before they can experience love. And love, my friends, in most instances, in the human situation, seems to be treated worse because it knows better. It can take it. All this other stuff, just faking it. That's why you keep fighting. That's why you keep talking about everything you're going to do. You're going to fight, but you claiming that you got some wisdom. You don't have wisdom. You're just stepping in the shoes that somebody else was stepping in the other day. You haven't grown anywhere. White people and black people ought to be ashamed of themselves. White people and black people ought to be ashamed of themselves. They know. I'm not going to even tell you. I'm not going to even tell you because it don't do any good. You got something in your mind, something in your spirit that's blocking truth. That's blocking love. Don't want to have anything to do with it. That's why you build guns and bombs and more bombs and more bombs. But that's all you know. So I tell this to all people everywhere. Have a relationship with God. Stand up for what's right. Don't hurt anybody. What is right are those perfect things that work for you. Those perfect things that work for you to make your dreams come true are right, and if they're right for you, they're right for everybody else. And you should do not one thing to prevent those things from working for them. Until you can do that, or when you can do that, and you start doing that, then you learn your lesson. And what happens when you go to get your bachelor's degree after 4 years? They got a date. Let's say, brother, you can move on out. You go to school and want to get your master's. When you finish that certification period, move on out. When you finish that PhD, when you've done everything you're supposed to do, you move on out. When you're living in this school of life, when you're educated and you are matured to understand what love is, you move on out. Now, a lot of us, all of us, have been moving on out and haven't learned a thing. Or just going to the next level of learning. But when you know you're moving on out, and you don't complain, you don't start crying, and you send out invitations and tell everybody that you're ready for graduation. And come to your graduation. Come to my graduation.